start off pole position. It's Joel McPherson, and on his outside, it's Corey Herbertson. Angus Hall and Jake Sandlichia to start off the second. Nicky Watson and Riley George on row number 3. Josh Elliston and Jason Douglas from the 4th row. Dominic Kachina and Brocklyn Parker from row number 5. Acacia McEachran and Brock Fewens to start from position number 12. Ethan Bray and Daniel Malcolm round out your 14-card field here for Senior Light. So Billet Developments, Tony Card Australian, Barron Engine Developments, KA3 Senior Light, green. Down into treacherous turn 1 they go. All still Herbertson's off on the grass. Not a good start for the 25. So Corey Herbertson with massive work to do now. So McPherson leads Hall. Then you've got Elliston, Watson. Then it's Sandlichia, George. Behind George, it's Bray. So Bray's finally got a good start. Kachina, Douglas, Fewens, McEachran, Parker. And then it's Herbertson. So McPherson and Hall to go toe-to-toe in this one. McPherson hasn't put a foot wrong. Won 3 rounds so far this season in KA3 Senior Light. Hall, Elliston, Watson, Sandlichia, Bray, Kachina, and George. So George now on the inside of Kachina, down into 1. Oh, a bit of bumper grind. Here's Watson having a look at Elliston. Sandlichia and Bray as well. We're a bit into it. Watson, look for a crisscross with Elliston. They're battling for the final spot on the podium here early in the KA3 Senior Light final. So George and Kachina are also at it. Acacia McEachran tucked in behind. Jason Douglas as well. A couple of the Ballarat-based drivers. And Fewens, Herbertson and Parker. There goes Herbertson on Fewens. Oh, Watson's been hung out to dry. She's dropped back majorly in that one complex. So Nikki Watson, a big moment there for her. She went into the lap in position at number 4. So Herbertson, no question marks there. He's got some work to do. McPherson up at the front. 13 laps remaining here in the final. McPherson still your leader. Hall, Elliston, Watson. The timing hasn't updated on that. We'll go for a refresh. So it's definitely McPherson who leads Hall. Elliston's clear in position at number 3. Sandlichia, then Bray. So Bray's having a mega run here. Riley George tucked in behind. So George on Bray there. So George continues to work his way forward once again. So McPherson onto the straight once again. All well clear. Elliston, Sandlichia and George. Bray, McEachran. Look at Acacia McEachran coming forward. We're used to seeing Acacia in the junior classes. Stepped up to seniors for this one. Just ahead of Dominic Kachina, who's also a Ballarat member. Nicky Watson. Then Herbertson still trying to make his way forward. So Riley Riley George has actually grabbed Jake Sandler-Chair as well. So George trying desperately to grab that VCS podium that he's been after. So out front it's McPherson, who's well clear. Second is still Hall, who's cruising. Elliston in P3. George, though, on a charge there in position number 4. Bray, Sandler-Chair, so Bray's got past Sandler-Chair as well. McEachran continues to forge her way forward. Herbertson just behind that pack too. So Herbo is making a comeback of sorts. Trying to get some cold, wet on the tyres there for Hall and also McPherson, trying to cool them. So 10 laps remaining, 9 next time pass for Herbertson. For McPherson, my apologies, it's Joel McPherson. He's been the foreman, he's shared the wins with Herbertson, but you feel like McPherson was always the man to beat. So McPherson onto the main straight. One more time, no cooling the tyres this lap. Hall comes past as well. Elliston, look at Riley George, he is pressing on here. So George and Elliston, right in behind them, it's Ethan Bray. Oh, we've got a spinner. I think it's Acacia McEachran that's gone round down at 1. We've dropped her down the field, so bad luck there for Acacia McEachran. Very dry lines appearing on the circuit. Oh, George through into P3 now, so Riley George and well clear in P3. Look for Bray to try a move here on Elliston. It's on the inside. It's it done too. So it's McPherson who leads from Hall, George. And the next driver through is Bray, Elliston. And Sandler-Chair, Nikki Watson, Corey Herbertson, Katrina Douglas, Parker, Hewins, and McEachran. So not content with third place is Riley George as he goes big time in search of Angus Hall. So he's had to make a charge back through. He's doing it very, very nicely at the moment. So Jason Douglas last time passed, fastest card on the track. 6 laps remain. Oh, George having a big look at Angus Hall now. So Riley George sniffing more than just third place. He wants a spot more. So George up into second position. So still your leaders, McPherson, George into P2. Oh, big moment here in the minors with 3 cuts very, very close. Sandler-Chair just tagged the back of Elliston. They go in very hard into the right-hander. So they're currently battling for position number 4, 5 and 6, those 3. But George has gone well clear now of Angus Hall with 5 laps to run. Fastest lap of the race that time for Riley George. The fastest time at 34.368. He's put a second, nearly a second on the fastest lap of anyone else. So Riley George absolutely on fire here in that red helmet. Up to position number 2. He was 9/10 faster than McPherson that last time by. But McPherson's got the joy of being able to drive around and maintain track position. 4 laps remain. Hall's in position number 3. Bray and Elliston are at it. Very deep braking down into 1. So McPherson, he's got 3.9. Another fastest lap there for Riley George at 34.0. Took another 4/10 out of the lead that time by. He's not going to be able to catch Joel McPherson, barring a disaster here for McPherson. But it's still been a stunning drive. Hall sits in P3. Bray and then Elliston. So it's Elliston, then Bray. Jason Douglas, here he comes up into contention. So Douglas has had pace all weekend and now he's starting to really press his claim. Another fastest lap there for Riley George, the 33.945 for the 33. So George, fastest lap after fastest lap, but he's not going to be able to catch Joel McPherson. 2 laps remain. So McPherson cruising in the lead. George well clear now of Angus Hall. Jason Douglas trying it on Ethan Bray. Not going to get it done there. 2.8 seconds was the margin. Another fastest lap there for Riley George. So 33.870. The margin's back to 2.8 seconds. So in he comes to the start the last lap. McPherson. George in position number 2. Elliston has jumped past Hall too, so for position number 3. But they're on their last lap. Another fastest lap there for Ronno. Wasn't a faster lap, but 33.870 still quick time. But Joel McPherson, he's got to negotiate the hay shed and he's going to come round to win. So McPherson on to the main straight to win. Riley George P2, his first VCS podium. 3rd place for Josh Elliston. Big recovery there. Hall finishes in 4. Douglas rounds out the top 5. Ethan Bray, Jake Santalicia, Corey Herbertson, Kashina and Parker is your 10. Watson, Hewins and McEachran. That was KA3 Senior Life, brought to you by Billet Developments, Tony Card Australia and Barron Engine Developments.